So the first thing we're gonna do is pour both of these into the VIPER.
And I'm going to pour this one on the floor.
Dude, no, brand new shop floor. And think of the children.
What children?
Well, sometimes my kids, they like to come out here and play with sharp things. But now they'll slip and die.
Oh, the humanity, what have I done?
You're not supposed to read off the cue card and use some more emotion.
Oh, the humanity. What have I done? I know, we can clean it up. With Super Clean. What is Super Clean, you ask? Well, I'm glad you asked.
But I didn't ask.
Oh, the humanity, what have I done?
We already did that part.
Well, my other cue cards are covered in oil. Maybe if I just...
I think we're done here. No intro today.
Then I'll see you later.
What?
Oh, the humanity. What have I done?
So if you remember a while back, the folks over at Super Clean sent us some of their stuff. We used it. They also gave us some to give away to a viewer, and we did that too. They recently contacted us and asked us if we needed more stuff. And being the greedy YouTuber that I am, I said, no. What if instead of giving us more stuff, we give more away to a viewer? So right now, if you go down in the comments, leave a comment, something about Super Clean, whatever you want, you'll be entered to win some Super Clean stuff. I believe you'll get one of these and one of their regular spray bottles, which is around here somewhere. But yeah, let's finish cleaning this up and then actually get to work on the VIPER. So there's a few things with the VIPER that are broken, mostly cosmetic. There's some things I just want to change. So we've got a pile of parts here, and we're gonna start working on that stuff. So the first thing is the interior door handles. So these were like this when I bought it, and it's actually like this foil tape sort of stuff that's peeling off. And so I thought about, just like vinyl wrapping these or something, but what I wound up doing is getting some paint. So this paint matches the stripes on the car. And so I'm gonna put this in a spray gun and spray these so that they match the stripes. And that, it's gonna take a little while to dry, so that's what we're gonna start with. These are pretty easy to get to. There's like 1, 2, I think third screw in there, and these pop right out. And then while that's out, there's a little part right here that the finishes come off. So I've got a vinyl repair kit for that. And then over here on the back of this seat, something melted it at some point. So I got a carpet repair kit for that. So to do all that, we got the paint. I already mentioned that I ordered that from paintscratch.com. This is just a little touch-up bottle, but I'm gonna throw it in a spray gun. And then on top of that, we're gonna take this 2K spray paint. So this stuff will harden up. Put a few coats of that on there because it's a door handle, gonna be touching it all the time. We want something that will be hard and stand up over time. The leather and carpet, found these on Amazon. So this one's a leather and vinyl repair kit. Same brand, Coco Nix fabric and carpet repair kit. Never used these before, but we'll see how they do. So yeah, I'm gonna get those door handles out of there real quick. Isn't it cool we can just point through your walls? Get the door handles out of there and then work on the leather and the vinyl and go from there. got a couple things done here. The door handles, those came out really good. They're super smooth and shiny. I had a can of satin and I had a can of clear, not clear, glossy clear. And I was trying to choose between those. The old handles were satin. I went with the clear just because the stripes on the car. The rest of the car is all glossy, and I think they came out awesome. The vinyl repair kit, so you'll see it's now black here. It's not brown or whatever color it was before. I think that might just be, let me just show you. So all it is this stuff right here. Like, this might just be acrylic paint. I'm not really sure. You squeeze it out, it kind of has the consistency of paint. They give you a little bit of white to mix it with in case your black isn't really pure black. You put it on, there's some backing material in case you need that, depending on how big your hole is. Overall, I think it worked, no complaints. The fabric repair kit, kind of similar. What they do is they give you glue, which I think might just be Elmer's glue. And then they give you various colors of powdery stuff. And so you put the glue on and then you shake this powder stuff on it. And that, I think, that came out pretty good too. So if you take a look at the back of the seat, if you don't know it's there, I don't think you're gonna see it. It's black, the new fabric repair stuff is black. I think it came out just fine. So, on to the next. So one of the problems with the Viper is it's this right here. It's not really a problem, but the Viper doesn't sound like I think a Viper should sound. It's not as loud as I think it should be. You can hear, like, when you're decelerating and you're still in gear, it wants to burble, but it's like something is muffling it and it can't. So we got something to fix that. And that is in this box right here, so let's open it up. Oh, and if you're looking for an update on the garage or the shop, whatever, not too much has changed. I've been doing a lot of wiring that you probably won't notice, but we're almost, actually I can cross some of this off. Done. So we got speaker wire and the AC unit left, and then we can start closing up the walls. The lift is unfortunately still on the ground. Otherwise, we'd be using that to put the exhaust on right now. But I've been putting that off because I want to get all the walls and stuff up, and that will kind of be in the way. But it may go up soon, anyways, just to get it up so I can actually start using it. But yeah, let's open up that box. So this is the Borla catback system, and these are some big old pipes. But basically what that means is the catalytic converters are in the door sills right here, or underneath the door sills. So our exhaust system will replace from catalytic converters all the way back. So we've got piping to do that. These look to be new resonators or mufflers, I don't know. And I know or met another guy who has this system on his Viper, and he said he did it on the garage floor without any jacks or anything. And since our lift isn't installed yet, we're gonna try that and see how it goes. One of the problems with having a shop that's not done yet is that all my tools are over in this garage right here, so I'm gonna be making a lot of trips back and forth in the rain. All right, so we've got both sides out now. The second side was the same as the first, so I didn't want to bore you with that. The first side probably took like, I don't know, an hour and a half to get off. But then after you learn all the tips and tricks, where to bang and where to pry, the second side only took like a half hour. Something interesting, so these are the side skirts, and well, hold on. So they say, warning, it's hot right here because you've got the cat and then the muffler right here, right? And it turns out they do get a little toasty. So if I had known this was going to be this bad, I probably would have seen if I could get new heat shield material before I put this back on. But as it is, this is just going back on today. So it's been fine for 23 years. It'll probably be fine for, I don't know, a while. The O2 sensors, I wound up just unplugging those. I couldn't get them off up underneath the car. So they're soaking in PB Blaster right now, so I can hopefully get them out of there. And the guy who said he did this on the ground with no jack stands, there's no way. Like, you have to be up under the car, and unless you're like, you know, that thick of a person, you're not getting up there. Yeah, so this did not come off the way they said it would. This came off last. Once those like mid pipes were out, this came out pretty easy. But now it should be a lot easier. You'd think just like flipping some pipes out of other pipes wouldn't be that hard, but when they've been sitting in the car cooking on each other for 23 years, they get attached to each other. It should be a whole lot easier to put these together though. They're, you know, new. So I'm going to harvest those O2 sensors and then get everything buttoned back up. So to be honest, that was a little more work than I thought it was going to be. You think, you know, just clamps and bolts and stuff, like you just undo and put new ones on, but the old stuff was on there really good. The new stuff took a little while to get it all lined up and stuff, but the new exhaust is in there. It's significantly larger than the old one was. The old one was, looks like, I don't know, about 2 inches. This one, after you get past the cats, they're 3 inches all the way back. You got these big, nice, shiny exhaust pipes, and like these were like really dull and, well, you know, 23 years old. But anyways, I can already tell a difference just from starting it up and moving it off the ramps. You can hear more of the engine. That's because we're missing this right here. There is no muffler in this kit. So you have the resonators in the side skirts, just like the old one had these resonators here. But then, yeah, that muffler there is no muffler in the back. It's just all pipe all the way back. So in a second here, we'll take it out on the road, but I just noticed these aren't exactly the same distance. I gotta adjust that real quick, and then we'll hit the road and see how it sounds. All right, next up we need to deal with this problem right here. It's kind of hard to see, but if you look really closely, you'll notice that this lens is orange or amber. This one up here, same problem. That's too much color. We don't need that much. So you may remember, like on the Corvette and the Escalade, I blocked out pretty much everything, like the turn signals, the marker lights, the emblems, all that sort of stuff that had color, that shouldn't have color. And so when it came time to order lights for these, a lot of people, they do clear lenses. And so I was looking for some, found this company called Clears, actually, custom clear lenses. And I was on their site, and then I saw smoked lenses. And I was like, maybe I should get smoked lenses. And the thing is, I did, but I think I kind of messed up. So these are smoked lenses, and as you can see, they are pretty dark. And that's because you can order the lenses independent of the housings. And so I was like, oh, smoked lenses, I obviously need black housing. I think what I should have done is gotten the white housing with the smoked lenses, and then it would have been a little less black. That's just like, I don't know, I think it's like a little bit too much black. Which is a strange thing for me to say, but there's really, I mean, apart from the windows and stuff, there's not really black on the car. But luckily, I have already fixed my mistake. So I went ahead and ordered the clear lenses. So these actually come in parts. So the first smoked lens assembly, I've already taken that apart. And so what I need to do now is epoxy on the clear lens onto the black housing. And I think that gives us more of the look I was thinking the smoked lenses would give us. So I already took apart this one. I only cut myself 3 times. It's really not that hard. So I'm gonna go take apart the other one, epoxy these together, and then the front lenses, where are those? they should be pretty easy. Went ahead and get the clear ones of those, just a couple bolts on the back, a plug. So I just need to get access to those. The back ones, I'm thinking the trunk may need to come apart, but we'll get to fixing the rear lenses and then we'll get these put in. So I'm starting to think that maybe it's not that nothing can be easy and maybe it's just me. So once again, things did not really go according to plan, or at least on the back. On the front, those were easy enough to swap out. You just gotta kind of peel the bumper cover back a little bit, get your hand in there, and then there were 2 screws in the plug. Those went in fairly easy. I think they look pretty good. They're also brighter than the old ones, which is, you know, more safe or something. The rears, so those were an adventure. So to get to them, you have to peel back the carpet here, and then there's 2 little holes on either side, about 1.5 inches in diameter, and you have to get your wrench through those holes to a nut that holds on the lenses on either side. The thing is though, they're plastic nuts, and of course I lost one down in the depths of the car, so magnet didn't work to get it. And if you're like me and you like to lose things down in the depths of your car, you should probably get one of these little grabber dealies. I think I got this from AutoZone like years ago, but this is what saved us on the nuts there. So get all that back together, and it turns out I failed to test the lights before putting everything back together, which is why we have the pickle beer here, because when you fail, you deserve a reward. It's so bad. So if you don't know, LEDs, they only like power in one direction, positive to negative, negative, positive. I don't know what it is, but they only like it in one direction, and I had the bulb in backwards. Some LED devices are smart and that doesn't matter, but with these bulbs it did matter, and so I got to install that lens twice. This one only once, but I think they came out pretty good. They kind of take away the distraction of the orange and kind of match the silver on the car a little bit more. So I think that's all looking good. On to the next. So the next thing we're going to install is this right here. This is a skip shift eliminator. So what skip shift is let's say you're at a stoplight, you're in first gear, you start accelerating, and then at some point this little yellow light on the dash comes on, and what it wants you to do is skip second gear and go into third gear, or I don't know, some other gear. And apparently that's for fuel economy reasons, like skipping second gear saves trees or something, but it physically locks you out of second gear. No matter how hard you try, you cannot get the car into second gear. So what this does is this disables that, so you can always get into second gear regardless of what the car wants you to do or not. And that will be beneficial because there is a way to just naturally defeat skip shift, which is to continue to accelerate. The problem is, every time skip shift seems to engage for me, it's when I'm going around a corner. And so if you continue to accelerate in a Viper around a corner, you just go in a lot of circles, and that doesn't go over well with your fellow drivers. So to install this, it's plug on the transmissions, which means we need to get underneath the car. So I should have done it the other day when we were doing the exhaust, but we're gonna do it now, and you just plug it in and then you're good to go. So we are on the driver's side towards the front of the car here, and if you see that little blue plug right there, that's the solenoid that locks you out of second gear, So we're going to unplug that, plug it into the thing that we have, and then that should stop it from locking us out. And there you go, it is installed now. Kind of hard to see, but it's up there, zip tied out of the way. And so now we can go into second gear whenever we want. That was not hard at all. For once, things went smoothly. So I was thinking about doing a video where like you go through a new to you car, everything like to check and change that sort of thing. But video about me just changing all the fluids and looking at a bunch of stuff probably isn't that interesting. But as part of that video, I was gonna put in like, you know, everything I carry in my car. So we're just gonna do that here. And the first thing is tire plug kit. I know some people don't like tire plugs, but if you're like me and you bring home the Viper and you see that one of the tires is flat because it has a nail in it, well, you're gonna need a tire plug kit unless you wanna go to the tire store. And every time I've actually taken a tire in to have it professionally patched at a tire store, it's failed like within months. Tire plugs, I think I've had like one fail ever, so I like tire plugs. Another thing I usually carry in my cars is jumper cables and an air compressor. And there's not much space in the Viper's trunk because it's all subwoofer. So I was like, what if I could find something that is an air compressor and like a jump box? So this is a battery powered air compressor jump starter thingamajig. So it will inflate your tires, and then whenever your battery, if it ever runs low, you got these little jump starter plug things to plug into it, and it will jump start. This one specifically will jump start a 10-cylinder car. So hopefully that works. I've already used the air compressor function on it. It works pretty well. And this is from, well, it's from Amazon, but that's the brand, and I'll link to all this stuff in the description. The jump starter also comes with this stylish purse thing, so you can just kind of, isn't that nice? And the last and maybe most important thing I like to carry in all my cars is right here in this little pocket by the driver's seat. In every car, I have a knife. And I keep it by the driver's seat because this is my anti-carjacking knife, and I specifically like the Kershaw brand because you can do that, and then as you get out of your car to give it to the carjacker, then you just kind of, and then anti-carjacking knife. It's also good to just have a knife in case you don't want to risk your life for a car. And so the last thing we're going to do is this right here. You can probably tell this is a license plate, but before I show you what it says, you have to know that this was kind of unintentional. So I got the license plate on the Corvette that says no ticket. That was just a thing I did back when I got the Corvette. And then for Mother's Day, like a year or two ago, we got my wife a personalized plate for her car, and unintentionally we created a trend, and it was based off our 2-year-old's favorite phrase at the time, which is, you can hear it right now.
Hey you. No mommy, no mommy. Why? Ready for mommy Ethan time? Why not?
So now we've got no ticket, we've got no mommy, and for the Viper, just seemed like we needed a no plate. So I'll show it to you, but this is like one of those times where I'm gonna delay because Mr. Nobody did that thing a while back and he still hasn't drank his pickle beer, but maybe soon okay. Oh, sorry. I didn't see you standing there. So no MPGs. Now I know miles per gallon is already plural, but when you're at the bar talking with your bros, you're like, yo bro, how many MPGs your Prius get? Not like how many MPG you get. I hope no one talks like that. But this, it kind of goes with the car. I was trying to think of a no theme, and this car, it eats gas. And I thought it was ironic to have the oil derrick and oil and gas plate there, so it's not really a political statement. I just thought it was hilarious, so there you go. Car's also on fire, I just realized that. But yeah, that's that. Let's go for a drive. So the good news is that I can now shift into second without having to do donuts at intersections. The bad news is that you may not be able to hear me because the exhaust is really loud. In fact, it's so loud now that when I first put this exhaust on, I was like, oh God, what have I done? But I think it's just the fact that the old exhaust was so muffled, you had no idea that all the noise was back there. So I've been driving this for a few weeks now, with the exhaust on, and you get used to it. I think it's as loud as it should be. I don't think I made a mistake. I think I did the right thing. The carpet repair kit, that's been holding up really well. The vinyl repair, I think I might do a little bit more work on that just to get it like a little bit more perfect. Or maybe that's the point where I go too far and I mess it up, but it's okay, but I think it could be better. The door handles though, those are awesome. I think they came out really good, like better than I even thought they'd be. Like some stuff looks good on camera, but this stuff, they look good in real life. Oh, and the clear lenses on the side marker lights, let me know what y'all think about those in the comments. Now that they're on there, I almost miss the orange, which is really weird for me, but I don't know. I kept the old one so I can put them back on if I want. I'm just not sure I want to go through the hassle again. So don't forget to leave a comment about Super Clean to enter into the Super Clean giveaway. You have 1 week from the day that this video is released to do that, and we're cutting it off. We'll choose a winner at random. Don't forget about that like button, and until next time, I think I'm just gonna roll the windows down and listen to the exhaust because it's so loud. Mr. Nobody did a bad thing. So he went and he bought a car and he brought it home and it was kind of dusk. He's like, oh, it's too dark. I can't show it to you right now. Let me show it to you in the morning, which in YouTube world is like 2 seconds later. So morning comes and he's like, oh, the car's right here, but I'm not going to show it to you. And I found myself getting very angry at Mr. Nobody. But then I also have another pickle beer here for Mr. Nobody. Next time we see him, this is the spicy pickle beer. This one's going to be waiting for you. Going to put it out in the sun, extra hot.
Is it a pickle beer? Oh, crud, I forgot about that.
You've got all day.
Wait, I have to drink the entire thing, though? Wait, what does this say? No. Did you write that on there? No buddies?
Nobody.
Oh. okay. I get it. So you've been actually saving this one for quite some time.
It's literally
this isn't like a fresh one. This has just been sitting on the shelf.
Marinating.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You weren't lying. All right, I'll play along. I gotta be a good sport.
Oh, I already wear my swimsuit on.
Oh, I don't think there's any chug in that. That is. That is.